And welcome back.
Yeah, let's go.
And
Hell
welcome
yeah.
back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B-Ball Archives. And once again, I got the homie AJ. We got the bums in the house, and we're here talking some Spurs basketball. And we're here after a huge win against the
Dude.
Magic. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a game that honestly, it had no business being this close down the
No.
wire, but it was. It was a game that we were on the edge of our seat, just palms sweaty. Who's going to take this game whenever De'Aaron Fox is stepping up to shoot those free throws? So there was a lot to
Oof.
unpack about this game, but ultimately it came down to a Kornet contest for the win, baby. And that's what we
Oh
want to
man.
see.
Dude, the big elote, the French connection, French vanilla, the star. I don't care what we call them because dude, we talked about this all off season. This signing of Luke Cornett was so key, and it's paying off, especially when Wimby goes down. I mean, you see it at times. You're like, shit, we really need Wimby, but having Cornett do that in a game-winning situation, I tell you what, man, this team is resilient, and I'm so happy that um that we got this win. We shouldn't have been there, like you said. We have a lot to talk about, but nonetheless, you don't apologize for victories, and you got in, you got out. Go get some sleep, man. Talk about a shitty schedule too.
Yeah, I mean, we are in the middle of traveling a lot. Like they've been highlighting a lot on the broadcast that we're going to be in 9 different cities in 18 days. So the Spurs, we're all over the place in terms of traveling, and that's not ideal. But we're playing a tough back to back. You know, last night against the Grizzlies, tonight against the Magic. We arrived at Orlando at 3 a.m. So it's tough to get up and play a game that evening and arrive with energy. And it seemed that we created like a 3-4 possession barrier, and we just kept it for the vast majority of the game. So it was really positive to see that happen, especially on a night where we shoot 47 34 70 splits. I mean, a lot of our shooting left a lot to be desired, and somehow we still ended up with a win against a team that was playing good basketball. They were on a 3-game win streak, and it looked like they may try to keep that alive against us, but we said no. Absolutely.
Still there? Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, I uh, do it because, like you said, we kind of just kept that 7 point, 9 point, get to 11, then it would drop down to 4, but then we would keep it at 7, 8. But just resilience from top to bottom, like just top to bottom resilience. I am very concerned now about our rebounding. That was something that was very apparent again. We need Wimby back like super quickly, and then also just on defense too. Like as much as we love the Kornet block, there was a lot of mishaps throughout that entire game, which led to them kind of coming back there. But man, just super pumped about this win, man. I really am. Um, just I guess do they get to go to Disney World now? Is that what it happens?
Right. I guess so. Shout out to Dwiz in the comment section. What it do, my dude? Glad to have you here on the heels of a great Spurs victory. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, but ultimately, um, I think what we have to do is we have to break it down based on who did what in the fourth quarter,
Sure.
and that's kind of what I want to highlight more so than anything, is because I felt like we were really closing out the game in a very specific way with Dylan Harper, and I felt like he was really creating a lot of cushion for us down the stretch, and then 3 minutes left, we took him out.
Right. Yeah. Dude. I mean, what's crazy is that I got a text message from Rudy J. He was like, Mitch, what are you doing? And in that same moment, I was like, oh shit, like that was dumb. Cause I think everyone's a little bit ahead of me on my internet. Like I think I'm just a little bit off sometimes. So heads up, guys, if you text me about something, it might be a spoiler. So it's not cool. Wait a couple of seconds first. But so I looked up and I was like, oh shit, like Harper's going out of the game. So that was nuts. I did not like that at all. And whenever we needed, to hit some free throws, Jeremy Sohan missed two.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he had the opportunity to step up and be clutch and really give us just that little bit of cushion that we needed. And yeah, came up short on both those, and it was less than ideal. And I also have to highlight Wiz's comment right here. Fox had butterfingers a lot, and that was absolutely one of my notes when I was looking at the game. Was Fox just needs to work on his handle. There was moments
yeah,
where he lost it in the open court. He lost it going to the basket. And even on the very last possession, whenever he got
he
fouled
lost
on
the
that
ball.
shot, he lost the ball, and he
Yeah,
was just athletic enough to kind of recover it. And then of course Jonathan Isaac just had his hand in the cookie jar and ended up fouling him. And it was very, very fortunate that that was the case. But ultimately, he was not in control for that last second possession. And that's why I would like to see Dylan Harper close out games alongside of De'Aaron Fox. I don't know why it has to be one or the other.
right,
I
right.
understand that we want to have max shooting in there. So we're going to have Harrison Barnes and Champagne and a lot of the guys that are just going to be able to just stand there in the corner or free throw line extended, just ready to shoot a three. I get that. But at the same time, I think whenever there's a 1-2 possession game, having two different guys that can go out and get you a dynamically
Right.
created bucket is so important. And especially on a night where De'Aaron Fox looks a little bit, not so sure-handed.
Yeah. Well, dude, I just it just like I feel like especially in December, just ride the hot hand, dude. Just ride the hot hand. Like Harper was playing well. He was getting to the basket. He was hitting his shots. 5 for 12, 1 for 3 from three, and then 5 for 5 on free throws. Like you, especially late in the fourth quarter when they're fouling, you definitely want that reliable free throw shooter in the game. So what's really interesting to me is I actually saw Harper finally be a rookie for a little bit today. He had some moments in there where you're just like, all right, you're gonna figure that out. That's not gonna be a problem. A couple of turnovers that were just silly, like travels or just one too many steps, things like that. So I saw it today. So I don't know if Mitch saw that too and was like, oh, unsure right now or what the case is. But I'm with you, man. Like you have the guy, he's playing well. Just keep him in the game. Just keep him in the game.
I mean, I agreed. I did see a couple of those moments, like you said with the travel, and then there was one moment, absolutely at mid court with Jalen Suggs where he just ripped him and then
Yep.
went right to the basket. And I look at that as also he's playing against one of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Jalen Suggs, who's also kind of coming into
Fair.
his own a little bit. So that is kind of like a hey, welcome to the NBA. There's some guards around you that are around your size and maybe even a little bit smaller, but they're tough as nails. And you need to actually, be on your P's and Q's when you're coming across half court because they're going to catch you slipping if you're going to be nonchalant. And there's times where Dylan Harper is kind of cool and nonchalant. And I think that not necessarily it's something that needs to be fixed, but it's something that just needs to be tightened up just a
Yeah.
little bit, just a little tightened up.
Yeah, especially in the NBA nowadays, they just the smallest little sign, they're all over it. And
Mhm.
once that's your tell, you're done. And that's what we see a lot of too. What'd you think about Kelly Olynyk getting a DMP and Carter Bryant having 13 minutes?
Um, I'm very cool with that. I think that Kelly Olynyk is going to be needed in very specific lineups where we're going to need to utilize a double big rotation, and that really wasn't the case a lot of tonight. And when you look at Carter Bryant, he was tasked with a lot of variety. And I think that's ultimately going to be his calling card. Carter Bryant at one point throughout the second quarter was guarding on one possession, he was guarding Franz, then he was guarding Goga, and then he was guarding Anthony Black out on the perimeter. So he was guarding wing, their primary big, as well as their primary ball handler in various possessions. And so I think that kind of versatility is going to keep him on the court more often than not. It's just about polishing that offensive part of the game. So
And
right now,
he still went one for 2 for 3.
right, right. I think he's figuring out like the areas where he can catch the ball and shoot with confidence. And that's so much of what it is. We know that he can hit threes. We saw it at Arizona. And I think that it's just going to translate more and more once he gets used to the speed and he gets that confidence. But yeah, I'm very cool with him getting minutes over Kelly Olynyk in this one. And I think Kelly Olynyk would agree with that as well.
Yeah. I'm sure he's like, "Oh yeah, you got this young fella. No big deal. You got
Right.
it."
Right, but speaking of our big men, Wiz wants to know how much longer no Wemby. I mean, he's not with the team right now, so he's not traveling with them at this moment. It looks like maybe we're gearing up for a home return against the Wizards on the 17th, potentially.
That would be my guess. Unless they want to like fly him out to New Orleans or he wants to play in the NBA Cup. But I think he's, I guess, playing now or just trying to get back into somewhat game shape. But I would like to have him for that NBA Cup game. I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be cool to have, especially in LA. I mean, shoot, he can just shoot a commercial real quick, make a couple $100,000, no big deal, and then play in that game. So that would be really fun to see. But we're not going to rush it or anything. I would like to see him at least a week and a half before we play OKC, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Whenever he wants, I guess. But I want to see Steph Castle too. And I don't know when that's going to happen. And I think they're moving and I think they're heading the right direction. But like I'm getting antsy. We're still winning, which is great. Like Wiz said, awesome. I just need to see our big guys in there.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing our key guys, yeah, it's always satisfying, but just knowing that we are officially a quarter of the way through the season. We've played 21 basketball games. We're 15-6. That is miles ahead of where I thought we would be. I thought we would be teetering around, somewhere around 500 around this time. Maybe we'd be 11-10 and be just a shade above 500. But 15-6 would have been a stretch beyond what I thought we would be doing. So this to me is without Wemby, without Castle, and with multiple little stretches. We didn't start the season with Fox. It's like we've been banged up here and there.
And what's great too is in this first quarter of the season, we've already seen growth from this team. Like the third quarter was our bugaboo, and these last two games, we've come out ready to go in the third quarter. So I'm excited to see kind of where this team goes and how far they can go. But this is exactly what you want in the first 21 games of the season. This is I'm to the moon happy about all this. I'm to the moon happy about the way Luke Kornet's looked. I mean, that block, obviously, yeah, huge, but that guy is like, I think he spends more time on the ground than Tony Parker. Like that dude is always on the ground fighting for a ball, doing something, pushing somebody over. And like I'm just really glad he's on our team. He's so much fun to watch. Like just as a basketball fan, like he's just so much fun to watch because he does all the things that I would try to do because I'm not as talented as everyone else. So that's what I would do.
Right, but I mean, but you hit the nail on the head. That's what you want those guys that are working hard on your team to do. Those everyday clock in, clock out kind of things. And one of the things I liked what he was doing the most, and Sean Elliott highlighted it on the broadcast when he did that off ball screen for Champagne, and it got him a wide open three. This was a
Right.
situation where it was essentially like a Gortat screen where you're screening the help side defense. It wasn't quite like a pin like Marcin Gortat used to do. So not technically a Gortat screen, but he was screening the help side defense. That guy wasn't able to get out onto Champagne, a wide open three. And that's just because of his IQ and his ability to set great screens
Yep.
and the mixture of both. So the more we can have him out there, the more we're going to see stuff like that. And I would love to incorporate some more little offensive schemes where we can just have him screen the help side defense, get a lob for Wemby, get an open corner three for
Sure.
Harrison Barnes. I see a lot of really good counters from that kind of play.
Yeah, and dude, shout out to Champagne. Him and Vassell, like they look like they're right now hitting their stride on their shot. They're shooting it with a lot of confidence. Man, Champagne's letting it fly. I think he went 4 for 7 tonight from three. So I love to see that. And then Devin Vassell, like I've been critical of him in the past, and I'll say this guy definitely has what it takes to win me over again. Because he's not fading away as much. Still does it every once in a while, but it's not every shot. And whenever he gets some space, I'm very very confident that that shot's going to go in.
Yeah, he's shooting in rhythm, and
Right.
that's what's so nice. He's not forcing it. He's not doing it after 4 or 5 dribbles like he was previously. He's doing it in a way that feels like it's flowing within the offense, and that's always great when you see, Fox or Harper collapse the defense, and then all Vassell needs to do is just catch, not even move his feet, and just go up for the shot. That's what's going to lead to a higher percentage, and that's what he wants to do. So I really feel as if, yeah, he's a key component for what we're doing moving forward. But can we sustain this when Wemby comes back? That
That's the that's the big question. That's
right.
what I asked last night, and that's what you're asking tonight. And it makes me nervous. It does, right? Because you don't want like any of these guys' confidence to go down because now we got to feed literally the 7.5 elephant, a foot elephant in the room. So yeah, I think we can. I think we can. I think what's really cool, what you're seeing with this group right now, is because we've been watching since the dog days of Keldon Johnson leading this team in points. Seeing this group still together, this core, really show up, and they're playing like NBA players. And I can't be more proud of this team. Like they're playing like just professional NBA players, and games like last night and tonight are games that veteran teams win. And if they're getting it now and they're able to get these W's, and it's just building more and more confidence, because this is the most a lot of them have won. Let's be real. Like this is the most a lot of them have won in their entire career, especially with the Spurs. So I mean, to do this in December, I bet you they love that feeling, and they're finding ways to win games now.
Right. Yeah, it's so confidence boosting when you can win games without your key players. And there's a lot to be said about how the guys are fighting right now, but racking up wins in December is nice, but we really, really need to keep padding that so when the All-Star break rolls around,
Yep.
we're in a more solidified playoff position. But dude, we look like we're every bit of that playoff team, especially when we have so many of our role players continuing to step up. Like, I think this is another night we have to glaze Keldon Johnson.
Absolutely.
Like,
Thank
e
you.
like, every single time I'm watching the game with my wife and we take 3 or 4, maybe 5 threes in a row, and some of them are ill-advised, and then Keldon will put his head down and get to the rim and one finish. I'm like, "That's what we need." We need some of that big body energy that can just kinda just cut through all the bullshit, and just play smash mouth basketball, and it's so refreshing to have that kind of energy coming off the bench. And once again, not a huge game from Keldon, but a nice double digit scoring outing where he's also providing efficient shooting and rebounding.
Dude. But Keldon Johnson taking it to the rack, just like Dylan Harper, he finds these windows, but his window is I'm gonna take it straight to the rack and then I'm gonna use the backboard to shield and I'm just gonna lay it in. Two hands. There's nothing you can do about it. Sorry, bud. And he does that and he's so good at it. And he's able to find that little pocket and just it makes the defender go, am I gonna hit my head on the backboard? So then he's able to put it in. And man, he's so effective. And I just, we're seeing rumors now about Giannis wanting to trade. I don't want it. CP3 got cut this morning. I don't want him. Like, I think what we have with this team, we just got to keep rolling with it. As much as that would be great to see Giannis in a Spurs uniform, I don't want to give up what we would have to give up. And I have a feeling that would be like Keldon and Vassell. So I'm not ready to part ways with them quite yet. So maybe if we can just work it out where, I don't know, like a Whataburger gift card, maybe a couple HEB, Creamy Creations cartons, a couple first round draft picks, and call it a day.
Right. Um, I'm in that same thinking as you, and we talked about potential Giannis trades to death over the offseason, and my feelings still haven't changed. And I mean, we just got updates earlier this evening about him in a non-contact injury and he pulled his calf. And so this is a situation where, you got to watch out for that as well. So that could be something that, leads to a potential long-term injury. So who knows how long he's going to be out, or is this just kind of him saying, I'm done playing as a Buck? You
Yeah.
don't know that. So I'm not trying to give up this young core
No.
in order to just gamble on winning now even more so. So Giannis as a Spur, that just doesn't intrigue me nearly enough.
Yeah, unless you want like just a whole bunch of second round picks, and we'll throw in that 2031 T Will's first round pick just to put icing on the cake for you.
Right.
I'll send you a clip of a seventh grader. But overall, great win. We got the Cavaliers next. So, I would say Cavaliers, Magic are probably right around the same tier when it comes to the East. Obviously, Pablo did play today, but Friday's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a really hard game. And I hope we come out with the W, but it's going to be a hard game. We're going to learn a lot about this team on Friday for sure.
Oh yeah, but also the Cavs aren't playing great basketball in their last 10 games. I mean, they're 5-5. They're kind of hanging out towards the middle of the Eastern Conference. They're 6th right now in the East. When I thought going into the season who had the opportunity to really dominate the Eastern Conference this year, I thought it was going to be Cleveland. I
Yeah.
thought I
Yeah.
thought, they were gonna really capitalize on some key injuries and bounce back from the lack of health they had in the postseason last year. I thought they were gonna be just running away with it. And so we're seeing it we're seeing it kind of flipped on its head, and teams like, Detroit and Toronto and Miami, they are leading the way in the East right now. So it's very interesting to see where we're at.
Yeah, man. We'll see. But um, what do you think about the Chris Paul thing, man? Dude.
Well, that actually is my dunk. So
Okay.
are we segueing into dunks?
We can do dunks, and then I do have a blind ranking for you too.
I love it. I love it. We'll segue into dunks because
Yeah, go ahead.
that my dunk was going to be on the Clippers. I'm like, do you guys need more negative attention right now? And to me, this is just such a gross mismanagement of one of the best point guards in NBA history, because he should have been able to just live out his career or live out the rest of his contract in LA at this
Yeah,
point, and then just kind of just go off into the sunset. But
go do
it's
State Farm stuff.
right. Right, absolutely. Go do fun stuff like that, but instead he has Coach Lou saying that he's negative, he's a bad presence. Oh, he's just not a good fit. He shouldn't have came back. It's like you're saying that all while the organization is crumbling financially. You're involved in fraudulent companies, and the actual on-court product is bullshit as well. You're second to last place in the Western Conference, chilling at 5-16, and you're banged up, and you're really just you're just not competitive. So many people were pegging you as a playoff team going into the season, and you are just not that team. So I just have to dunk on the Clippers. Why are you why are you doubling down on being a completely shitty franchise this season? Seems like you're just shooting yourself in the foot every way you turn.
Dude. And what's even worse about the whole thing is that you have Kawhi Leonard out there just going like, well, we need better talent. And it's like, you guys in the offseason went and signed everyone over 38. Like, their team is the oldest team I think ever assembled in the NBA. And there's like, man, who would have thunk that, like, I don't know, in an NBA in 2025 where everyone's in their early 20s, that this team's going to struggle? What? Like,
Right.
that's it's like, duh. Like, I could have told you that. Pay me the money and I'll put a team together for you.
Right. And the organization openly came out and said, "Well, we're not saying Chris Paul is really a huge part of our problems right now." Well, you're certainly acting like it by openly saying, "Oh, I'm not going to meet with him," and Tyronn Lue saying that he's a negative presence when he's really only helped teams win games when he's gotten there.
He averaged 8 points last year.
Yeah.
Like, he's not completely washed. Like, he's definitely long in the tooth, but I would love to. I mean, I don't want Chris Paul on our team. It'd be cool if he would, like, came back and was the assistant coach or something like that. But I'm not willing to give up like a Lindy Waters or someone like that for Chris Paul, because I just like this team and we don't need Chris Paul. Like, we're good. But if he wants to get traded to the Lakers for like a second round pick, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, and shout out to Roundball for this. He made a post earlier today about it, and I agree. There's two destinations that I feel like would be suitable for Chris Paul for the rest of the season. That's either you go to Charlotte, go to where it started, and really just maybe they'll put your jersey in the rafter, or maybe at best you can just talk some sense into LaMelo. But it would be nice to just kind of bookend your career like that. Or you go for the ring, you go for OKC, and
Why
you
not?
really why the fuck not, dude?
Until the Spurs beat them in the Western Conference Finals. Clip
I
it.
mean, I mean, but yeah. I mean, what else does Chris Paul need to do at this point in his career? It's like he owes no one nothing. In my opinion, he's a top 5 point guard of all time,
top
and
top three in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot of flaws to his game outside of just
Yeah, I would
when
say
you look at just getting it done.
Avery Johnson, Tony Parker, Chris Paul.
Right. But
I think
only
that's
to, but only Chris Paul is a Spur.
exactly. Followed by Speedy Claxton and Patty
Right.
Mills.
Right. And then Beno Udrih. Yeah. But yes, we definitely are fortunate to be playing this level of basketball at this stage in the season. But is there any other Spurs stuff that you want to get to, or wait, no, you got a dunk.
Yeah, I don't really have, honestly, the Clippers organization was going to be my dunk too, for obvious reasons, but also just dunk on just the whole situation. Like, the whole thing's a mess. Everyone sucks. When you're prime time, I guess, getter for the crowd in order for people to come to your games is Adam Devine and not your NBA players. That's kind of a problem. Kind of a problem. I love workaholics just as much as the next guy, but dude, like, you're just in a really bad situation and you're still a little bro. After all that, you're still a little bro.
Right.
After all that, you're still a little bro. So yeah, man, I think maybe it's time to move the Clippers to Las Vegas or something like that because this ain't it.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope there's like a forced sell and they're just, Ballmer's kind of forced to sell and they just take a different route for that
Ooh,
for that
come
franchise.
on, Saudis. Come
Uh,
on, Saudis.
right. Oil money gonna buy it up. Um,
All right. Well, I have a blind ranking for you.
hit me with the blind ranking, my dude.
In the spirit of playing the Magic, I want you to blind rank these 5 Disney movies.
Excellent.
All
I
right.
love this.
Here we go. Your first one is Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is a classic, but it just didn't resonate with me a ton, so I'm gonna put that at 4.
Fair enough. Aladdin.
Ooh. Is this wait on? Is this Robin Williams or Will
No,
Smith?
yeah, Robin Williams, not Will Smith. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna go like 90s era Disney movies,
All
not
right,
the Will Smith one.
I'm gonna go Aladdin 2.
Aladdin 2, that's a good one. Mulan.
Oh,
Be a man, you must be swift as a cross the
see,
river.
Mulan is my shit, but I don't know if I can put it 1, so I'm gonna put it 3. I like Mulan 3.
All right. Toy Story.
1.
Ooh, so that leaves you with 5.
What's 5? Don't do me dirty.
Mighty Ducks 2.
Oh, shit! Gosh dang it.
I was hoping that you. That's right. That's
I
right.
got hoed.
I know. I got to keep you guessing, man. Got to keep you guessing.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I like that one because it incorporated some Disney World, but also I like to bring my film background and the way I can think about movies, and so I appreciate that. Definitely more blind rankings on the way. Wiz going with 4, 3, 5, 1, 2. Okay, I like it.
I know Wiz is a huge Mighty Ducks 2 fan. He's like, let's go shake their hands.
Let's go shake their hands. I know. Well, that's the beauty of the blind ranking is you never
Blind.
know. Yeah, you never know what's up next. Sometimes you made a great move. Sometimes you make a move like a bonehead.
Sometimes you're Lil White and sometimes you're Mighty Ducks too.
Right. Hey, just the fact that I had Lil White above Elvis is
Dude.
amazing. I loved the Memphis music artist one. That was great. That exposed a lot of
I'm
my
gonna have
music
one.
taste.
I'll have one for the Cavs for sure. For sure. Be like, which LeBron James jersey was your favorite? No. No, I'm gonna get a really good one for the Cavaliers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, oh, ice cream with the enemy, huh, coach? Dude, so quotable, it's insane. Honestly, I
It's
I
I
I
might
may
watch it.
yeah, I may dive into that because I had a coffee not too long ago, and not too long ago is like right now. So I may do that myself, but
So what'd you
it
do last night, coach? Take a little stroll. Get a little ice cream.
ice cream.
Six
Um,
gloves and shirts, but go Spurs go. Am I right?
yes, go
Bring back
Spurs
the
go.
iguanas.
Dude, yes, rampage, all the goodness. What do you have any other Spurs stuff that you need to get off your chest? Any stuff that's really grinding your gears?
No, man. I just need Mitch Johnson to get like a throat lozenge or something, dude. That thing is raspy. I'm like, buddy. Whew. Sounds like you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yay. He's been yelling. I mean, you can see how fired up he's been getting, and
And they listen, which is great.
yes, yes. I love that he's animated and he's really he's showing more life than his off court interviews would suggest. So I'm very appreciative of that. So
Put him in an
um
HB commercial.
right, let's go. Yeah. Mitch it up a little bit. Why not? But yeah, that's a good episode. And to continue the goodness, let's talk about good things, good companies. The Solar Scouts, they offer a great deal on some high quality solar panels. Hit up the solarscouts.com/bums, figure out how to get clean, reliable energy for you and your fam. The Texas grid's all over the place. There might be a freeze tomorrow. We're starting to get to that time of year.
Whoa.
Make sure that you got yourself taken care of from an energy standpoint. That's when you visit the solarscouts.com/bums. Get yourself some clean, reliable energy for you and your fam. And tell them the bum sent you. That's exactly what we want you to do. So um yeah, that was a great episode. We appreciate you for being here. We love doing this episode. We love doing these episodes. We love talking about the Spurs, but it would not be the same if you were here. I mean, the fact that you're here, you literally make this podcast what it is. All of your engagement, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are, we appreciate your engagement, the community that you create. It means the absolute world that you want to be in here talking with us. And yeah, we not only love you, but we love you hard over here. So
Horde.
horde. And that being said, let's hop off here because we got some stuff to get to tonight. So let's end this episode the same way we end all episodes, and that's with the a go,
Go
a Spurs,
Spurs.
a
A
go.
go. Jacob Rodriguez for Heisman.
That's our agenda.